Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, depending where you are joining us from today. My name is Piotr. I'm the marketing manager at Craig Travel, and I would like to welcome you all to our Northwest Passage webinar today. We still have people joining in, but we're gonna slowly start. We'll start the meeting with the agenda for today. We're gonna go through the background of Craig Travel, as we have a lot of new people joining us today who don't really know much, hopefully, about Craig Travel, so we can introduce you a little bit more about what we do. I will introduce the panel for today. We'll go through the itinerary highlights. We'll go about the Craig Travel rating for this trip. We'll talk about the tour experience, pricing, contact information, and any questions that you might have about the tour. We'll answer them at the end. So we have a little disclaimer for everyone. Please note that for this webinar, cameras and microphones are disabled for all attendees. You're welcome to submit any tour-related questions using the Q&A feature, so you will see it on the top of the screen. There's a couple of clouds with a question mark on the top. So if you click on that one, you'll be able to ask any questions that you want about the tour. And recording of the webinar will be also sent to all the registrants at the end. So if you want to rewatch it, then you'll be able to do it later on as well. So I would like to introduce you to our panel. So today's webinar will be presented by Lisa Guito, who's our Craig Travel Sales Manager, and then Laura Guignot, who is our Expedition Representative. So Lisa, I will pass it on to you. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Piotr, and hello everyone and welcome. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto. The sun is shining, which always makes the day feel a little brighter. I'm very happy to see so many of you joining us today. Wow, what is a truly one of the most legendary journey in the world, the Northwest Passage. This is not a sightseeing cruise in the traditional sense. This is an expedition, a once in a lifetime journey through one of the most remote and historically significant regions on Earth. I'll start by introducing myself. For those of you I haven't met yet, my name is Lisa Guiot and I'm the sales manager here at Craig Travel. I was born and raised in Italy. You can hear my accent. And I've been working in the travel industry for over 20 years. For me, travel, it's about exploring new cultures, discovering new places, and connecting with the world in a meaningful way. I'm also a very proud cat mom to Fonzie. He won't officially be joining the webinar today, but if you see a fluffy cat walking across the screen at some point, there it will be him. I'm also joined today by our special guest host, Laura. Welcome, Laura, and thank you for joining us. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Well, I too have an accent, and it's on the other side of the border. So I was born and raised in France. But I also live in Toronto right now. You're right; it's absolutely a fantastic day. I have joined Quark Expeditions, who is the tour operator and why we're partnering today, about 10 years ago, and I worked on board, and I am passionate about the polar regions. So I'm very excited to be talking about this amazing place called the Northwest Passage today.
Wow, thank you, Laura. So excited to have you with us today. Thank you. Before we dive deeper into the journey, I would like to take a moment to tell you a little bit about who we are at Craig Travel. We are a Canadian family-owned company. Yes, Canadian. Now proudly led by a third generation. We're based in Toronto, and for more than 55 years now, we've been designing journeys with real care and attention to details. We specialize in small group, full inclusive travel for Canadians aged 50 and over, with immersive itinerary that really go beyond the unusual highlights. Most of our departures are escorted by dedicated journey leaders, which adds a great deal of comfort, value, and connection for our travelers. And one of the things we're most proud of is how many of our clients travel with us again and again. The loyalty really speaks to experience we create. When we talk about the CT difference, Craig Travel difference, it's not one big thing. It's a set of small, thoughtful touches that add real value to our clients. We reward loyalty through our loyalty club. We support word of mouth. We refer a friend. We give flexibility, which option like pay by check discount. And we go a step further with, we call it CT match. So Craig Travel Match, meaning we're matching solo travelers. So clients feel confident they're getting the best value. There are also practical benefits our clients actually feel. They build trust, loyalty, and confidence in booking with us again. Now, next, journey leaders, John and Sugar. I would love to take a moment to introduce them. These are your journey leaders planned for this departure. Between them, John and Sue have explored over 90 countries across all 7 continents. Travel is truly a way of life for them. John is also a certified professional photographer with over 40 years of experience, and he has spent nearly 5 years living and traveling in the Arctic. He even speaks Inuit, which is incredibly rare and very meaningful on a journey like this. Our journey leaders play a really important role. They connect with the group before departure and look after the well-being and safety of our travelers and act as main point of contact between the group and the local partners. But beyond logistics, they're really to support the personal side of the journey, which is something our travelers really, really value. Now, John and Sue couldn't join us live today, but they did send us a short video that we're happy to share with you now.
John just welcomed you in Inuktitut, the Inuit language. I'm Sue Gurr.
And I'm John Gurr, and we are journey leaders for this upcoming Arctic tour.
John is a professional photographer, and while living in the Arctic, he photographed the landscape, wildlife, and people in many Arctic communities.
Over the past 16 years, Sue and I have enjoyed leading over 30 tours for Craig Travel. We are really excited about this one. It's a once-in-a-lifetime Arctic adventure.
This tour will take you to spectacular parts of Canada that very few have had a chance to experience.
Having lived there, I can attest that the Arctic is not just frozen ice and tundra. It's a pristine, scenic environment full of unique and incredible wildlife.
We'll also have the opportunity to visit a local community and witness traditional Inuit culture.
We really look forward to welcoming you on this wonderful and truly Canadian adventure.
So please join us as we sail into the high Arctic.
Wow, we're so lucky to have such amazing journey leaders part of our Craig family, and what a sweet, cute video. Now, before I pass it over to Laura, I would like to briefly mention the challenge level of the journey. The Northwest Passage is rated 4 out of 5 on our challenge scales, which means it's considered a challenging and adventurous expedition. So guests should have a good level of mobility, particularly to get in and out of Zodiac boats and to take part in off-ship activities such as walking or hiking on uneven terrain. This expedition-style cruise takes you to very remote communities, as our journey leaders mentioned, and wild location in the high Arctic. Because of that, the itinerary can change depending on weather and ice conditions. So travelers should approach the journey with a sense of flexibility and an open mind. It's about being comfortable with movement and a little bit of unexpected. Shore landings are done by Zodiac, and may sometimes include wet landings. So guests should feel comfortable walking a few kilometers over uneven terrain, and the level of activity can vary depending on the landing site and local condition. Of course, participation in the excursion is always optional, and guests are always welcome to remain on board and then join the ship if they prefer. Laura, now we thought it would be fun to ask a quick question to our audience today before your presentation. So looking at the list, what animal would you be most excited to hopefully see on the Northwest Passage? Would it be a polar bear, a harp seal, a beluga whale, a native fox, or maybe the penguin? Go ahead and type your answer in the chat. We would love to see what everyone is hoping for. I gave everyone a few maybe seconds to share in the chat. Piotr, maybe can you help me monitor the chat and let's see the answers.
Yeah, so let's there's a chat options just on the top of the screen. Little cloud with a couple of lines. So if you all can just type what you would like to see, that would be amazing. All right, we have quite a few answers coming in. I think the polar bears and beluga whales are leading in the answers here. We do have someone hoping to see the penguin, and some of them are looking to see all of them, which is great. Someone is asking for the walrus, an Arctic fox, amazing. So Laura, I will let you, show a little bit more about the expedition and tell our viewers what animals they can encounter on this trip.
Absolutely. And as much as we would love to see all of them, there's one particular species that we will absolutely not see, and that is the penguin. So it was a tricky question because penguins are not to be seen in the Arctic. They do live in Antarctica, so on the other side of the planet. So that was like the little tricky questions here. So sorry about this. If you want to see a penguin at some point, we can surely help you in there. But for all of the rest of the species, we have high hopes to see those amazing animals, especially polar bears and the belugas. I think a lot of people put polar bears and belugas. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. If it's not the case, someone just let me know. But so I'm super excited to be here today, and I wanted to explain to you who we are. So we are really partnering with Craig Travel on this amazing expedition, and we are, when I say we are the tour operator. So our name is Quark Expedition, and so we are an operator that specializes in the polar region. So that's it. We don't go anywhere else on the planet. So we are going in the north in the Arctic and in the south in Antarctica. And something I wanted to share with you is that like Craig Travel, we are also a Canadian-based company. So our office is here in Toronto. We're also proud Canadians. And there's about 98% of our team that is based in Canada. And a lot of our expedition guides are also Canadians. I'll try to see if the slides are moving. Yeah. And then a little bit about our history. So Quark Expeditions was founded about 35 years ago. So that's a lot of like polar only expertise and experience. I'm going to give you an example. We were the first company to do a commercial expedition in the North Pole. So that was back in 1991. We were the first company to do a commercial circumnavigation of Antarctica. We did the same in the Arctic. So we did a whole circumnavigation in the Arctic. So lots of like first, lots of pioneer spirits. So we are truly passionate about the polar regions. So I wanted to quickly let you know about our expertise here and hopefully provide you some more details about the type of experience, the type of expedition that Quark Expedition is doing. So mentioned it, polar is all we do, pioneer spirit. The goal is to take you to places we'll be the only ones to go. Something that is very particular at Quark is we offer the best ratio in the industry guide to passengers. So in the Arctic, we are offering a guest ratio, which is 1 guide for 5 passengers, which means there is always someone that is here to assist you if you need some assistance, or if you have any questions about the region that we explore. We get you off the ship more. The idea is, yes, we use small expedition ship as a base, but we are really trying to get outside as much as possible. We will be doing like an immersive experience. The goal is to get outside, to feel, to touch, to really experience. We try to offer many ways to explore the Pearl region versus it's with the ship, with Zodiac on land, with hikings, and then sometimes also we can do different things like helicopters or kayaking. So I will be talking about those a little bit further down the line. And last thing I wanted to mention is sustainability. So Quark is really engaged towards sustainable travel, really trying to innovate in the way we do our ships. The ship I'll be presenting later on is from 2021, so very recent. We have MAX system. We try to reduce our waste by 95% with that system. We have dynamic positioning, and then also the local and the community part of those expeditions are really important for us. We have someone here in the office that his role is to basically get in touch with the locals in the Arctic. We don't want to show up in their homes, in their land, without being announced. So we really work in communication and collaboration with the community that we visit. So now I hope you're ready for a trip of a lifetime. So I really want to give you more details about what this expedition will be. And I wanted to put things into perspective and show you on this map where we will be spending our time during this fantastic voyage. So we're talking about Greenland, Baffin Island, and the Northwest Passage. So this is the detail-ish map of this expedition. As you can see, we have like an itinerary, but we don't have different points. Let's say point A, point B, point C. The idea is that we have to constantly monitor the weather, the ice condition. So we have a plan, but anything can change. So really come with your flexibility and your expedition explorer spirit. So on this journey, we will leave from Reykjavik in Iceland. So that will be our meeting point. And there is a charter flight included. And then the ship will be waiting for us in Kangerlussuaq. So this will be like the beginning of the adventure. But I will go through the itinerary step by step. So adventure is starting, I mentioned it, in Reykjavik in Iceland. This is day one. And then the first day of this expedition is August 30th, 2027. We have a beautiful luxury hotel included in the city center. And what I like about this is you get to spend your evening at your leisure in the beautiful Reykjavik. And the next day, after breakfast, the adventure starts. So we will be taking care of the transfer to the airport of your luggage, so you don't have to do anything on that side. And then the flight from Reykjavik to Kangerlussuaq in Greenland is about 2.5 hours. When you get to Kangerlussuaq, there is a bus transfer that is very short, about 20 minutes drive to get to the pier. The pier area in Kangerlussuaq is not suitable for us to come with the ship at the pier. So we will transfer you on the ship with the Zodiac. So it means that the adventure starts right away. And this is our amazing ship. So this is Quark Expedition flagship. It's called the Ultramarine. And we're so excited that we will have our science and discovery program on board and happening during this trip. What it means is basically Quark is giving away some cabins to worldwide known associations. So those scientists come on board to run their own research. So this is our way to give back to the scientific community. The cool thing is sometimes you will be included and then you can notice and participate into those research. Those scientists will be also on board to answer questions, give lecture, and we'll have a science hub, which is really cool. The Ultramarine is a Category 1 ship. What does it mean? It means that it's a category that is under 200 passengers. It's very important when you go to the poor region because those regions are regulated by some association. In the north, it's called the ECO. You have their logo on the slide. So with a small capacity like this, it means that we have access to the protected areas, but also we can bring you outside more. So there's no waiting time. So if you want to get outside every morning, every afternoon, you can absolutely. Quark is able to bring everyone outside at the same time. and the cherry on top of the cake were also all inclusive. I wanted to show you some of the cabins that we are holding for you. So this is the Unforgettable Explore Suite, very spacious. Sometimes you see like there is like 2 beds, so 2 twin bed or 1 double bed. So we can basically do whatever you like. If you prefer to separate or 1 double, we can do that for you. This is a balcony suite. So it's the same type of cabin. And as you can see, very luxury, very nice. The only difference is there is a balcony on this one. This is a deluxe balcony suite, so much larger. This is a premium category, so it has a lot of space, nice touch, beautiful area. And yeah, it's not very clear on this picture, but there is also a balcony. And I wanted to quickly show you what the bathroom look like. So the bathrooms in the Explorer suites and the balcony suites are very similar. The only difference is they don't have a bathtub. This is the restaurant. Really like it because we have a wraparound deck. So if anything is happening, if there's a polar bear, it's very easy to just stop our meals and then get outside to see what's happening in the region that we explore. This is a panorama lounge. So in the evenings and things like that, you can expect sometimes entertainment, sometimes more informal bar talks, lectures. We really want you to know a lot about the region that you explore. And this is, our wellness centers, so fitness, this is the spa. On board the Ultramarine, we have a sauna and a steam room. It's absolutely free of charge. But yeah, it's pretty amazing to be sitting in there watching huge icebergs passing through. And something I really like about our ships is we have ready rooms. So you don't have to bring your parka and your boots inside your cabin. You can leave them in the ready room. We do offer you the Quark Expedition parka. So it's yours to keep after the voyage. And then we will provide you with expedition boots for the whole duration of the trip. So those 2 items, you don't basically have to pack them. It will be ready for you when you get in Kangalussuaq or in Reykjavik. So we'll prepare everything for you. So let's go on this voyage. I want to show you a little bit about this extraordinary region to get you inspired. And so this is where we are. So you made your way through Reykjavik, Kangalussuaq, you board the ship. So that's it. So we will start our journey and we will cross what we call the Davis Strait. So it's amazing open sea area where a lot of the wildlife can be seen. During this sea day, we'll give a lot of lectures, presentations. So by the time we get to Baffin Island, you will know already a lot about the Canadian Arctic. We have an open bridge policy, so it's really also like you're welcome on the bridge. We have a lot of binoculars available for you if you want to help us look for wildlife and whales. You can also spend time in the spa if this is what you want to do. This is a really a great spot to be when we are at sea days. Lots of like wildlife during this strait. I mentioned the whales, but also lots of like birds, including the black guillemot. Really like those. Something very cool that will happen during this sea day is that we will cross the Arctic Circle. So when you think about it, in the history of humanity, there's not a lot of people on this planet that can say, oh, I crossed the Arctic Circle. So this is really, really cool. It's usually a great celebration, and it's definitely a bucket list. So when we get to Baffin Island, we will absolutely visit this community. So they will be waiting for us. So it's called Kikikataqtaq. So I think John and Sue will probably pronounce this better than me. We call it Kik as well. It's a small Inuit hamlet located right north of the Arctic Cycle. So we'll absolutely stop there, meet the locals. Will have a lot of time at your leisure, so you can explore this little town your own way, spend time with the locals. What I like also is like the way Cake is located within the bay. There's always a lot of ice and huge icebergs that get trapped right at the entrance of the village. It's really cool. There is a small museum, so that should be a very great day of meeting the locals, spend time with the community about history, arts, and culture. And then around Kik, there is a lot of harp seal, lots of ringed seals as well. So definitely keep an eye out for those. And yeah, this is one of the biggest highlight of the trip. Really hoping to get to Inuit National Park, maybe do some hiking in this area. In terms of hiking, we usually do different groups. So if you find yourself like very motivated that day and you want to go for like maybe a 3 hours, we'll definitely have a group for that. And we do also have like medium level groups. So maybe 2 hours, 1 hour. We always have like a 20 minutes walking group. But if you want to spend more time by the shore, maybe spend time with the ornithologist or the photographic guide, that's absolutely no problem. And then depending on the days, if one day you want to walk a little bit more and the next day you don't want to do it, that's perfectly fine. You get to pick your group as you go. So every day it could be different. This park is also home to a lot of the wildlife, including polar bears, but also narwhal, bowhead whales, orcas, lots of seals and birds. As we're making our way up, we're hoping to spend some time in Isabella Bay. This is one of the primary spots to see bowhead whales. So those whales are really big. They're truly remarkable Arctic leviathan. Some studies suggest that they can live up to 200 years. So yeah, really, really cool animals. We're going to continue our way up, and we're really hoping to spend time in icy arm fjords, which is truly majestic place. And in this place, you really feel like so little. This is really like the true and raw beauty of the unspoiled Arctic wilderness. This is a great spot for polar bears, but also walrus, Arctic foxes, seals, and those guys, they're called kittiwakes, so beautiful birds. This is also a place where we're hoping, and it would be the perfect area to do it, to go up in the air. So our ship, the Ultramarine, has two twin-engine helicopters. And so there is a great opportunity for you to be up in the air and to see the Arctic from the pole level. So this is free of charge. This is included in the expedition. So everyone on board will get a chance to go up in the air with our amazing helicopters. And then we get to the Northwest Passage. So what we call the Northwest Passage really is this entrance, and especially a place called Lancaster Sound, where there's a lot of the wildlife. So most of the Arctic wildlife is concentrated here. The wildlife is really striving, and yeah, this is also the place for history, so following the footsteps of the early explorers. We're hoping to go to Dundas Harbor. It's one of my favorite spots. Lots of hiking opportunity in there. Lots of remains as well. So this is an old post office. There's also a place called Quaker Bay, where we have a lot of the walrus population. And then we'll head to the western end of Devon Island. So that will be our further point within the Northwest Passage. And then the goal of Devon Island is, of course, to go to Beechy Island. So Beechy Island will tell you the story of Sir John Franklin's expedition. So Franklin left, in 1845. That was a two ships expedition. He left with 129 men on board Erebus and Terror. And maybe some of you know this story. It's part of the legend. But yeah, we're hoping to get to there because, well, no one survived in this expedition, in their expedition, unfortunately. But there's a lot of like mystery there. So Beechy Island and Northwest Passage are truly great, areas for those amazing stories. We'll have an historian on board as well. That will definitely tell you all of the details. But this is really like one of the highlight of the trip. And so on Beachy Island, you will pay respect to 3 graves from the Franklin expedition. Hopefully, we will also see Prince Leopold Island. There's so many birds like nesting in those amazing cliffs. So we're hoping for zodiac cruising around that island. And also Somerset Island, which often see a lot of belugas. So we might see some youngs as well. So the youngs usually come around this area a little bit earlier around June, but they are still definitely within the Northwest Passage. We'll have to keep an eye on those. Muskox as well. So no, muskox are a really amazing animal. They're part of the goat family and not the cow family. And then maybe narwhals, who knows? So now we are getting to a point where we might start to make our way back. So this could be a perfect time to do something called tundra to table. This is not included. This has to be booked on the side. What it is it's a culinary experience, Inuit culinary experience, and the first of its kind. We basically have 2 chefs from Nuuk, from a company called Equapal, coming on board. And then as we go, we will source food locally, and the chefs will design a specific culinary experience for you. So yeah, if you are a vegetarian or vegan, I would not recommend this experience because it's really like meat based. So you can expect lamb or muskox, reindeer, lots of Arctic fish like halibut or Arctic char. But it's really truly an amazing experience. I've done it 2 years ago. It was a highlight of my trip. The chefs also spend time with you during the meals, explaining lots of like of their history, their traditions. So yeah, it's a really cool experience. We will also go to this place called fjords. It's one of the highlights of the trip. Really amazing, beautiful place. I'm hoping to see a lot of those guys. Those are narwhal. This picture was taken last August on board of the Ultramarine, where we met a part of 200 narwhal. So people were seeing them from the ship, from the shore, and from the helicopters. So really, truly beautiful encounter. I will never guarantee it. Wildlife is wildlife. But it's definitely there that we'll have the best opportunity to see those amazing creatures. Lots of polar bears as well in this area. And Sanford Fjords could be also another spot for flighting with the helicopters or for the polar plunge. If you find yourself that you want to do a plunge in icy waters above the Arctic Circle, that could be one of the spots where we decide to do this very fun activity. This is not mandatory, but it's really, really fun and I highly recommend it. And then we'll basically say goodbye to the Canadian Arctic and making our way back to Greenland. So the area we will explore in Greenland, it's really amazing. I've been there 2 years ago. And then, yeah, really prepare yourself for own inspiring experience. So we are targeting Ilulissat, located in Disco Bay. This is home to the UNESCO World Heritage. So it's very easy walk. The locals have built a boardwalk, so you could go your own way. Yeah, we're basically seeing those huge ice and piece of iceberg drifting very slowly along the bay. There is more iceberg production in this region than in Antarctica. It's absolutely massive. See the size of those huge icebergs. And then, yeah, we're also meeting the locals, different communities in there. Yeah, and so it's also like an area where we have lots of history, lots of communities, art, and traditions. Eternity Fjords is also a possible landing spot. It's one of our guides' favorite area. And hoping to see Manitok as well, which is often called the Venice of Greenland. So very, very beautiful. It has a lot of like little channels. So yeah, very cool community. And that will be basically the end of our trip. So day 16, we will basically say goodbye and get ready for disembarkation day. We will disembark in Kangerlussuaq as well. So kind of like the same system with the Zodiac, we'll take you from the ship to the pier. You still have those 20 minutes bus ride to the airport. And then you will be back in Reykjavik. And there is also an included night in Reykjavik in Iceland, because we know that everyone will be exhausted after this day. So the very last day of this trip is the September 15, where you are free to go after the breakfast that is included. Many opportunities to stay in Iceland. This is really what I would recommend. When you think about it, this expedition, you will see Iceland, also Greenland, and the Canadian Arctic. So 3 major spots of the Arctic environment. So it's really, truly amazing. I will quickly mention the photographic journal. So you will receive a photographic journal via a link where we will send you everything you've seen. So all of this list of the wildlife, the coordinate, latitude, where we've been, all of the daily programs, everything we've did and during this expedition. And also a lot of the pictures, video, and the slideshow that we will prepare for you. So if you're not a photographer, don't you worry, we have that covered for you. And then lastly, wanted to quickly show you what is included because I know that's a lot of information. So the whole expedition program is included. When I say expedition program is the leadership of this expedition. So anything with the hiking, the visit of the communities, Zodiac cruising, the polar plunge, all of the lectures and conferences, photography program, and the flight sing in the helicopters. So all of this is included. What is not included, and we want to keep it on the side because not everyone wants to do it, it's what we called adventure options. So it's like little extra adventures for those who wants to do it. On this expedition, we have 4 of them. I already talked about Tundra to Table, the culinary experience. We also have kayaking. So just wanted to mention that kayaking was invented in Greenland, which is really cool. So if you wanted to have a chance to kayak in Greenland, that could be the occasion. So we have 2 programs. We have a sea kayaking program that is full-time. So those kayakers will go kayaking instead of the Zodiac. So this is for people who have previous experience, including a wet exit, full-time sea kayaking. So that's really cool, very immersive. If you don't want to do that every day, we also have a one-time only kayaking. So this is the paddling excursion. This is the one in the middle. It's with inflatable, very stable kayak. So perfect for beginners. If you never kayak in your life, this is for you. And it will be for one time only. So just one morning or one time in one afternoon. And then we have a heli landing adventure options as well. So that is with the helicopters. What it is basically we bring a small group of people in a spot where usually no one has ever on the planet for some exploration with the guides. And then we'll come back after that with the helicopters to bring you back on board. So all of this has to be booked on the side, and Craig Travel can support you if you have any questions and you are interested into those extra activities. So that's it for me. I think I'm going to give back the mic to Lisa. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much for the presentation. It's really a breathtaking journey. I was talking to Piotr, said, let's go. He's so inspired. We really want to go. It's definitely a really a once in a lifetime experience. For those of yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. For those of you who are especially hoping to see the penguins, this is not the right trip, but don't lose hope. Correct Travel offers other journeys where you can encounter these incredible creatures. So including Ecuador and the Galapagos and the South Africa, we have some great journeys coming up this October as well. For more inspiration, make sure to sign up for our printed booklet that we will send free of charge to your doorstep. The link will be shared in the chat right now. So sign up. Now, let me walk you through what's included in this journey. As Laura said, it's a very comprehensive package. The program includes the accommodation as outlined in the itinerary, along with the 14 nights expedition cruise aboard the Ultramarine, the 44 meals throughout the journey. During the cruise, standard wine, beer, and cocktails are included during dinner and bar service hours, so guests can relax and enjoy the evenings on board. And you also have the support of our journey leaders, the expedition guides, and the ship crew will be there throughout the voyage to guide you and enrich the experience. The package excuse me, also includes the internal flights between Iceland and Greenland, on transfer and on gratuity taxes and fees for the included service. So many of the details are already taken care of. If you need help with international airfare, Craig Travel can help you with that as well. Now, something important to talk about is travel insurance. I wanted to mention that in journey like this, it's very important to be covered. Emergency medical coverage is actually mandatory for this expedition, and we also strongly recommend trip cancellation and interruption insurance. Comprehensive insurance covers both, so that's the best option you have. The good news is that here there are no upper age limits on outbound plans, and the eligibility requirements are quite straightforward. So if you like, our team will be happy to provide a free insurance quote and help you guide you through the options so you can choose what works best for you. Now, let me walk you through and look at the package pricing for the journey. So prices are listed in Canadian dollars and are per person based on double occupancy. Beautiful suites. Laura walk you through all the amazing pictures. So here are some prices. So you can see the Explorer Suite with a picture window starts at 30,355 Canadian per person, while the balcony suite categories range between 33 up to 38 per person, depending on the suite. For travelers looking for more space and premium accommodation, the penthouse and ultra suites are also available. There's single supplement option as well for the Explorer balcony and deluxe balcony suites. Single occupancy, so it's available, and we offer the city match. So if you're traveling solo and you would like to share your cabin with another traveler, please let us know and we can help you. I also see we have some guests joining us from the United States today, so which is wonderful. You're absolutely welcome to join the expedition. Just a quick reminder that all our pricing are listed in Canadian dollars, and the exchange rate may vary depending on your bank or credit card provider. Now, let's looking into the air. So the estimated air adds-on. So these prices are per person and are simply estimates to help you with planning. Airline usually only release the final pricing about 11 months before departure. So this number can give you a realistic range of what to expect. Once flights are published, Craig Travel team will help you booking your flight to make sure everything aligns smoothly with the expedition. So at this stage, this is really just to kind of give you a guideline for budgeting. I want to also to mention that if you've never been to Iceland, this is a wonderful opportunity to extend your trip by arriving a few days before the expedition or stay a little longer afterward. Iceland is truly magical and is perfect. It's a perfect addition to what is already an incredible journey. Our team can help you with hotels, transfer, and excursion. So if extending your stay is something that really interests you, simply let us know when booking. We will help you. We will be happy to assist you. Now, let's look into the, briefly go over the booking terms. Deposits range from $6,500 to $12,000 per person, depending on the cabin category that you would choose. And the final payment for this journey is due on March 25th, 2027. Payments can also be made by credit card or e-transfer, and we also offer a pay-by-check discount on the final payment. Now, if you have any question after today's webinar, our wonderful sales specialist, Roselle, will be very happy to assist you and guide you through the booking process. You will see her contact details here on the screen, so please feel free to reach out. You can also visit our website So if you would like to review the full details at your own pace, here you will find all the information that we described today. So craigtravel.com/46 is where you will find the tour information. And with that, we will love to open it up for questions. Please feel free to ask anything that comes to mind, especially for a journey like this. Piotr, over to you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lisa and Laura. What an amazing journey, expedition. We have a few questions coming in, so I will start with the first ones. How much luggage can I bring on an expedition? I think Laura, you'll be a great person to answer that.
Definitely. So, we don't really have like a limit, but we will be limited by the airline with the charter flights. So you can count for like from 20 to 23 kilos. We'll have the the details closer to the expedition. Usually for the Arctic it's 23 kilos. But we have seen like charter flights where they say 20 kilos. So I just want to be mindful here, and then I give you a range. But we should usually we hear the final details like about 6 months prior to the departure. But yeah, it will be between 20 and 23 kilos. So pretty standard.
Perfect. Thank you. Just reading the questions. What should I pack for a Northwest Passage expedition, and what's included in terms of the gear?
Absolutely. So the parka is included. We'll give it to you at the beginning of the expedition. So let's say when you get to Reykjavik, let's say if you arrive a couple of days prior, you won't have the parka until you meet us. So maybe for Reykjavik, just a light jacket. It's going to be summer, so it's going to be like around 15, like 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. So on the Quark side, so the parka, and also expedition boots. So there is no need to bring like hiking shoes or anything like that. The boots are like muck boots. They're made in Canada. They're really sturdy. They're really comfortable. The sole is really hard, but inside you feel like you're walking on a cloud. But just wanted to mention that I was in Antarctica last month with a ligament sprain, and I could do every single hikes and exploration with the boots. They're really, really amazing. So yeah, so that we provide. Also, we provide walking poles. So for every single hikes, there will be a bunch of walking poles for everyone. So no need to bring yours as well. Something that we don't provide, but it's mandatory, it's waterproof pants. So if you live like in Canada or north of the US, you might already have this item. We don't provide it because we really want people to try it prior to the expedition, to be comfortable with it. Sometimes we sit in the Zodiac for a bunch of hours, so it's very important that you feel comfortable and you have enough room. So waterproof pants will be mandatory, and you have to bring it. Otherwise, honestly, the key for a polar expedition is layers. So come prepared. I always have like a base layer, basically, then something like with wool or a fleece, and then the Quark parka. So we have 2 layers in the Quark parka. We have like a very comfy and very warm layer, and then we have the waterproof second layer that is coming on top of it. So you can also unzip them. So a lot of people wear the warm parka, the black one on board. And then when we go outside, we zip the yellow outing, which is waterproof. So lots of layers. Base layers are the best. Sunscreen, definitely. Sunglasses, cameras. The one item in the Arctic I will always recommend is binocular. We do have a lot of them on board, but we don't have a binocular for everyone. So that would be the number one item I would recommend. Remember, little reminder, in the Arctic, wildlife is still hunted, so we have to look for it. Yeah, it's better if you have your own pair, so you can really be on the lookout and you don't miss anything. So one item for sure on my side will be the binoculars.
Thank you. And you mentioned the weather in Iceland. What's the weather like on the expedition itself? Like, what can we expect?
You can expect, I'll say, between -5 to plus 15 Celsius. I know it's a large range, but let's say if it's a day where it's very windy, if it's snowing a little bit, and then you're like in the zodiac, you could really feel like a zero-ish Celsius temperature. Like you will be cold in the zodiac, especially if it's windy. But if you are in a day where there's a lot of sun and then you're out there, you're hiking, maybe you will feel really warm. And yeah, temperature could go up to 10, 15 degrees Celsius. So come prepared with everything. That's another key of the layers. So if you're hot, if you get it warm, you can just remove some layers, put them into your backpack, and then off you go. But yeah, could be snowing, but it could also be like really warm.
Yes, it's just be expected for unexpected. That's
Exactly.
what it is. So another question, can the Davis Strait waters be as shaky as the Drake Passage? So I feel like we can connect this question also to the seasickness and like how rough the waters can be.
Absolutely. So we all heard of the Drake Passage. I mean, I won't say it will be better or bad or worse. It's just open sea, right? So if there is like some sort of like depression and a lot of winds, yes, it could be a little bit bumpy. And any open waters in the world basically can experience this. Um, we typically don't have like a lot of like waves within that area, but if people are sensitive to seasickness, I would highly recommend that you visit your doctor prior to the departure, and then ensure you get the right medication for you, especially if you have like previous medical condition. There's a lot of like great medication those days that will support you if there is a lot of wind with the Davis Strait. Something I will mention is that we also have two doctors on board, one that is really dedicated just for the guest. So worst case, you get there, you don't have any medication and you feel sick, you will be able to see our doctor. We have a hospital on board, and any consultation or medication is free of charge.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Laura. So I have couple of questions about the food. So the first question is, can you accommodate any food allergies or dietary restrictions? And another question that's related to it, are the meals a buffet or a la carte?
Great questions. Yeah. So typically, breakfast and lunch or buffets. You have to see the lunch as like a kind of like in the middle of the day. We have spent maybe 3 hours outside, and then we're about to spend another 3 hours. So people sometimes want to spend more time eating, but as other people want to get in their cabin, they want to have some downtime in between outings. So buffet is always offered buffet style during lunch. Dinner is a la carte. So we usually have like a 4 or 5 course meal with different options. There is always a vegetarian or vegan option in dinner. And then what we do also during dinner is like in a main restaurant, it will be a la carte. But for people who like they're super tired or just want to have a quick bite, we have a bistro on the upper deck of the Ultramarine where they will be serving the same items but more buffet style. So people will have a choice. And then to answer the diet and allergies. So we can accommodate every type of diet on board, but kosher, because we have only one kitchen. So it's very challenging for us to do that. So no kosher, unfortunately, but any other type of allergies and diet, we can absolutely accommodate. If you're gluten-free, if you're allergic to fish or shells, we can absolutely help you. So you just need to communicate those details to us in advance. Usually the hotel manager will get to you at the beginning of the trip to ensure we have all of the details and maybe have questions so you can check in with our hotel team. But yeah, any type of diet, we can absolutely, or allergies, we can help you. No problem.
Perfect. And Laura, what about being connected to Wi-Fi on the ship and staying connected with the loved ones so we can share the photos right away?
Absolutely, yeah. So one thing here, and it's just my personal opinion. Um, I would invite anyone going to the Kenyan Arctic to disconnect, to just forget about, work or the word or anything. It's truly like, it's worth 10 years therapy. If you ask me, this is truly one of the only place on the planet where you could also reconnect with you. So I really see it as an initiatic journey a little bit. But a lot of people wants to stay connected. Family get worried, and we all have a lot of things to still do during our travels. So we are using Starlink. So we have Wi-Fi on board, and standard Wi-Fi is included for everyone. So it'll be perfect if you just want to connect, send a quick message for an app like WhatsApp, for instance, or go on Instagram or Facebook, upload a bunch of pictures. That will be perfectly fine, and enough. For those of you who need more something like a speedy Wi-Fi, let's say you're working, or you have to upload a very heavy file for some reason, then we have different option to purchase premium Wi-Fi as well.
I hope that answered the question. It was a great answer. And I have a question maybe to Lisa. How far in advance should I book this trip?
Well, the Northwest Passage expedition are amongst the most sought after polar voyages, so definitely we limit the capacity, right? So the best choice of cabins and departure dates, it's recommended to book as early as possible, so often a year to 12 months in advance. So now it's a good time to lock in the journey and the cabin that you want, for sure.
Perfect. And Lisa, I think that's a question also that you could answer. What is the final count of participants in the Craig Travel group? So,
Yeah, we're aiming for maximum 24 in our people in our group, but be aware, of course, that the vessel can carry up to 200 people, right? So we're gonna have other people as well joining, but for Craig Travel, maximum 24.
yes,
So
and
limited cabin availability.
oh, for sure. And from what I understand, Laura, like it is being sold out pretty much every year, right?
It's one of our signature itineraries. So we're sold out every year on this one for sure. So now is definitely a good time to start looking at it, because in the next few months I don't expect to see any availability.
Okay, I'm just looking if there's any more questions, but I don't see anything else. So I feel like we can conclude the webinar. So thank you so much, Laura, for joining us today, and Lisa for all the information that you provided. And for everyone who joined us today, send us the request, ask any questions you have, and let's get you booked on this amazing adventure.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.